where news comes first. This is WECT News at midday, streaming live on WECT.com and the WECT News app.
Good Tuesday afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bob Bonner.
And I'm Kim Ratcliffe. And new at noon, bringing more jobs to Wilmington. That was part of the focus at the UNCW annual economic forecast meeting this morning. Representatives from GE and PPD spoke about employment and what kinds of skills are needed for the future. UNCW Chancellor Jose Sartorelli says he thought it was great to have two major businesses and the university together discussing those topics.
We should become, a magnet for outside investment into the city. We should be a source of creating jobs. For example, you look at the number of jobs that PPD has, the number of jobs that GE has, and the number of people that we employ at the university. We are major drivers for economic development in the region.
Now, Chancellor Sartorelli says they have a responsibility to also be spokespeople for Wilmington and the region to attract jobs.
Also new at noon, you won't be able to re-elect the current state treasurer, Janet Cowell, changing her mind and announcing this morning she would not seek any elected office in 2016. Now, the decision creates an open seat on the Council of State in the November 2016 election. She's a former Raleigh council member and state senator who was elected treasurer back in 2008. Also, a 22-year-old man now facing charges for having a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old girl. Deputies at the Pender County Sheriff's Office arresting Jason Norden after several allegations were made about his relationship with that girl. Now, Norden was charged with 2 counts each of statutory rape, sex offense, and indecent liberties with a child. He's currently in the Pender County Jail under a $300,000 bond. Many
of you described the food mart off Salisbury Street in Wrightsville Beach as an eyesore, but that could change soon. A realtor based in Charlotte has submitted plans to rezone half of the lot from commercial to residential, with hopes of building a single-family home on the land and changing the food mart building into a retail store for the nearby stand-up paddleboard and kayak rental shop. There will be a public hearing at tonight's Alderman meeting to discuss those proposed plans. One of the educators who works with children in our area is being recognized. Edith Skipper was named Principal of the Year. She works at Pender Early College High School and is an adjunct faculty member for UNCW. Recently, Pender Early College High School was recognized as one of the top high schools in the country for low-income students. Skipper will represent Pender County Schools in the regional competition for North Carolina Principal of the Year.
Well, the men's soccer game between UNCW and Elon on Wednesday is now going to be actually played at Ashley High School because of poor playing conditions on campus. Now, kickoff for the game is set for 7 o'clock. UNCW comes in after battling Drexel, and as you can see, very sloppy conditions Saturday night. A 3-1 win moved the Seahawks to 2-1-1 in league play. Elon was ranked 13th in the latest Division I poll. And Patrick, those soggy conditions are going to start to dry out from here on out, correct?
That is correct, Bob. Finally starting to get a little bit of dry weather right now on the HD Battleship camera this afternoon, noticing clear skies across the region. And that's good news, but we do have a frontal boundary that's on the move that will be moving through the region over the next few hours that may offer us up another chance for a few isolated showers, maybe a thunderstorm this afternoon, but we're not expecting a widespread event by any means. But just be aware that this afternoon for the evening commute may have a couple of showers on the radar. 76 in Whiteville as of noon time today, 77 officially at ILM Airport. We have 80 degrees here at the WECT studios, 78 North Myrtle Beach, 77 the current number in Lumberton. Notice nothing on digital Doppler radar with the exception of one little blip south of Carteret County today. And as we zoom things out, notice that frontal boundary still working through mainly a cloud band at this point. There were some showers back over towards the west, over towards Charlotte this morning, but have now all kind of fizzled out. But the opportunity is still going to be there to see some showers in our forecast through the rest of today. And I think after, say, 2 or 3 o'clock, that's when our highest rain chances will come here. Mostly sunny skies. Otherwise, temperatures staying into the upper 70s, trending towards the lower 80s before it's all said and done. Also, brisk southwesterly winds anywhere from about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Could have some gusts higher to about 25 to 30 miles per hour. The National Weather Service actually highlighting that in one of their discussions this afternoon, that especially in South Carolina where the ground is very moist right now, It could have some downed trees today, so just be aware of that today. It's just going to be more so non-thunderstorm type of winds, but also rain chances staying fairly low until we head towards the evening commute. That's where our highest rain chances will be. We'll talk about the cooler temperatures in your forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Patrick, well, this afternoon we're learning more about the 2 firefighters who were killed in action in Kansas City.
Together, the two had more than 30 years of experience, and as NBC's Andre Gutierrez reports, they died as heroes.
It's an emotional day here in Kansas City, Missouri. White smoke continues to emerge from the smoldering debris. This morning, the fire chief identified the fallen firefighters as Larry Leggio and John Mesh. Both men were battling a massive apartment fire on Monday night. We're told the firefighters had just rescued 2 people from the burning building when a wall collapsed. 4 firefighters, including Leggio and Mesh, were trapped. Crews quickly pulled them out and took them to the hospital. Leggio and Mesh did die from their injuries. The department has not had a line of duty death since 2011. The fire chief had a tough time delivering the news this morning.
The rapid intervention team witnessed the collapse and held their ground for no more than 10 seconds. For no more than 10 seconds until command ordered them to effect the rescue. They located, uncovered, and removed 4 firefighters from the immediate area.
Leggio is a 17-year veteran with the department and leaves behind a wife and mother. Mesh is a 13-year veteran and leaves behind a wife and 4 daughters. The ATF is now assisting in the investigation to determine what caused Monday night's fire. In Kansas City, Missouri, Andre Gutierrez for NBC News.
Now, the 6 officers at the center of the Freddie Gray hearing are back in a Baltimore courtroom this afternoon. A judge now holding a hearing on whether to allow statements made to investigators by those officers. One has waived his appearance at a hearing last month, so his trial begins November 30th. All 6 face assault and reckless endangerment as well as misconduct and office charges. 4 face manslaughter charges. Now, Gray was arrested April 12th, suffered a spinal cord injury while in custody, then died a week later. Quick check of your stocks at 12:07. The NASDAQ, the Dow both up. The S&P, though, struggling here at lunchtime.